Hello and welcome to Amazon Live. I'm Cheryl and I'm your host for this show. I found some good deals going on, so I wanted to get those out to you. I have all the products here so I can show them to you, and if you have questions, put them in the chat and I will answer them best I can. If you're not watching live, sorry, the chat is not available once the show is over. So be sure to hit that follow button so that way you'll know when we go live. Normally, I go live on Thursday evenings with Gina, but she had some things come up and couldn't be here, so you're stuck with just me tonight. So let's see if we can't get through all of these products and get you some deals. For one thing, I've got the first product that is running on special while I'm live right now. It ends in 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 29, 28, 27, 26 seconds. So I want to get this out to you just in case you want to grab this. It is a limited time deal. This is a Kizzen meat thermometer. It is got a digital reading so that you can test your meat to make sure it's done the right temperature. It comes with it's got one of those batteries that's like a nickel, and it comes with 2 of them. So since this is on special and ending 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 51 seconds, I wanted to get this on immediately so you didn't miss out on saving 23%, I believe it is. I'm going old school, so best I can see is 23% off right here. There you go. One product down, one great special, and you were here for it. Hopefully, you don't miss out. If you aren't watching live, any of these deals can be done at any time. So I don't have control over when the deals end. I can bring them to you while I'm live and make sure they're still on. Otherwise, I got no control. So if you miss it, I'm sorry. Got to hit that follow button and catch us live so you know what deals are up. So this is how long it's been since I've had to use a phone to go live. I forgot to hit the button there. It's going to be a fun evening. Like I said, if you've got questions, ask them. Family-friendly questions, okay? Keep them family-friendly. Then you can ask them in the chat while we are live. So there was our first a great deal of the evening, but I've got more to come. So if you're not going to plan on grilling out, you're not worried about your meat temperature, all of that, maybe that wasn't for you. We might have something else that is. God knows I need this, but I can usually tell when the meat is done, whether it's on the grill or in a pan. I can tell simply because the smoke alarm goes off. I am no Betty Crocker, so when the smoke alarm goes off, I know my dinner is cooked. Usually there's a cloud of smoke in my house, and it's pretty much a surefire sign that I'm cooking. I hope most of you are much better cooks. Good evening. Hope you are having a nice evening. I'm out here in the southwest of the USA, and it is warm. We were up to 89 degrees today. A little while ago, it's down to 88. So I've got fans going. I didn't turn on tons of lights because that all adds heat. So hope you're having a nice day. It's getting that time of year where we're all going to have nice days. Next up, I've got something a lot of people would say it's for the kids, but let me tell you, you don't have to be a kid to like this. Now, I have 2 of these. The one I'm going to show you, and I have in the carousel, is a leopard. Look at this. I love the pink and purple since I was a kid. Anything purple, I absolutely love. It's got the water bottle holders on the side. And yes, you can use it. Let me pull them out. I tucked it all away. You can use this as a backpack, like this. But wait, there's more. If you decide It's heavy, it's inconvenient because you don't want something on your back where you're going to run into people. We've got a way to do it. You can either use the handle up top, or look at this. We got wheels. Yes, this is a little bit dusty and dirty because it gets used. We've got wheels and stands. So when you park it and set it down, it will stand up. And it has the handle here, which extends a long ways. I'm trying to do this via phone, and let me tell you, it's a little bit more challenging than I remembered because I have a smaller area with my camera. I can't control it as much. But it's got the big compartment, and then it has the smaller compartment here, and then a little place here. Now, it also has this on the back, so if you need to, you could probably stick it over most other luggage handles if you want to do that. But it is 54% off. Right now, while I'm live, I see 54% off. How long this deal is going to last, I have no idea. But you can grab this. Like I said, they do have other ones. My other one is brown with owls on it. So they've got different ones. I'm not sure what. All of them, sometimes they will run a certain one at 8% off, and different ones may be on special, may not. So you're going to have to check that out and see which color you might like, which design, and if it is on special. But I opted to pull out the pink one because it's bright and cheery, just like me. There you go. 2 great deals in 7 minutes. I think we're doing pretty good. If this is your first time here, thank you for tuning in. Hope you will hit that follow button so we see you every week on Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And usually I'm here with Gina. She will be back next week, pretty sure. And we have quite the variety of items. We try to find deals, and we have a tendency to joke around a lot. So it's not always super serious. We just like showing our stuff and telling you about it. Next up is great for anyone in an apartment if your kids are going away to school maybe and you need laundry hampers. Also great if you are going to the beach or camping. You know how when you go camping, you've got the wet towels, maybe the kids' bathing suits, and stuff that's dirty that you do not want any of that liquid soaking through to your car seats. This is by LifeWit, and I'm going to try to get it all in here. This is a hamper bag. It folds down nice when you're not using it. It's got super duper sturdy handles on here. Look at this. Those are sewn on really well. Now inside, I want to try to show you this, is lined. So it is waterproof. So if you've got those towels that the kids have had down by the lake, you got off the boat, they got soaked, and they are going to be muddy and stinky, you can put them right in here, and it's not going to get everything else wet. It'll just keep all that inside. There is only one seam that is on the sides right here. The stitching, like I said, is really nice. I don't know how well you can see it on there, but it is nicely stitched, and it's huge. So this way, when your kids go off to college and they want to bring their laundry home for you to do, they can put a whole bunch of laundry in there for you. It'll be so nice. Or not. Let me move this out of the way. And we've now had 3 good deals in 10 minutes. I'm telling you, we can find some of the best stuff. I've got the dogs have come in here. If you see this little white tail tip going, Stella is come in. She wants to be on camera. I don't know if you've watched for a long time You may have saw Stella as a puppy. We used to bring her on some when she was just a tiny thing, and now she's not so tiny, but she still thinks she should be on camera. Huh, Stella? Yes, I know. You're so cute, you should be. Now get down. Go on. Go see what your sister's barking about. All right. This is what happens when you go live. You can't always plan these things. So that hamper is on special, 35% off right now while we are live. If you're watching the replay, I hope you get that good deal on it. Hit the follow button so you don't miss us. Next up, now I'm not going to go pull this out because, like I said, it is 88 degrees. I'm sorry, it went down 1 degree. 88 degrees in the Las Vegas Valley right now. And I've got this fan sitting over here trying to keep the room a little bit cooler because it is warm. And when I turn the lights on, it's really warm. Now, I can tell you about this fan, though, because I use it even in the winter to help circulate the air. This is a tall, thin fan, and it is round, but it's like a tube. I can stick that in a corner. I can put it a lot of places where you can't put the big round fans that rotate. They kind of get in the way. So this one is tall and thin. Put it in a corner. It does oscillate, and just halfway. And then it also has a remote control. I believe it's got 5 fan settings. I love it. I have it going, like I said, all year. When a lot of times I put it in the room so that at night it keeps the air moving because I don't need a bunch of space for it. It also doesn't have those big metal or plastic blades, so I don't have to worry about the dog's tail getting in it or anything else. I don't have to worry about that. So if you've got little ones, this might be good because those fans with the blades that spin really fast, some of them are metal, some are plastic, but either way, a little gets their finger in there and boom, that hurts. I've done it. I know for me it hurts, so I can imagine if I was just little. So you can check that out. It's getting that time of year, so I'm glad to see these on special. They're 12% off while I am live. I see them right now that they are 12% off. So it's going to save you a few bucks, and you can stay a little bit cooler. Like I said, I've got it plugged in. And I thought, oh, I need to show it. And I thought, I am not unplugging it. Good evening, Evans. Hope you were having a good evening. If you were expecting to see Gina, she had some things come up. And so we decided it's best if she took care of the things she needed to. And I just go live without her. But she will be back next week, as far as we know. You know how that goes? Life happens, and it doesn't always pay attention to whether you're busy or not. But she's okay. She's fine. She just had to take care of some stuff. But, oh yeah, she is fine. She just had to take care of some other stuff. And I said, don't be stressed about being live. Go do what you need to go do. Everybody will come back and see you next week. So, Evans, now you have to come back next week because I don't want to act like I lied to her. But I will tell her that you stopped in for sure. So what do I have? More deals. Because that's what I did today. I searched out deals. All these items I have in hand. Well, the fan I didn't have in my hand because I wasn't moving it. This next item is for those of you who are Betty Crocker, or better, Betty Crocker-ish. I will, Evans, I will tell her she was missed. She's like, are you going to do it without me? I'm like, nobody will notice you were gone. Don't tell her I said that, and I hope she doesn't watch this. What I have up next for you is this mixer. Now, This was sent to me a good while back, and I love it. I like how it sits because a mixer is something that I always go, where are the beaters for it? I can find one, or they get stuck in a drawer. You put them in a drawer, and then you shut the drawer, and the beater gets bent, and then it never. Sometimes it'll work. It'll thump, 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 thump. With this, it all sits right here on this handy, handy stand. There's another feature of this. Now you've got, there are your beaters you have that come with it. Now it has another cool thing. I like the shape of it for one, and it sits down so nicely. It's I've got a couple of mixers, hand mixers, and I just like this one. And don't ask me why, other than it has turbo. I think it's called I think they referred to it as boost. And it doesn't say on it, but I think if you look on the actual product page, it says boost. I call it turbo because, well, I do car shows and car events. So as far as I'm concerned, it has a turbo. And there you go. You've got your different speeds back here. You also have the, let's see, this button. I had to look. I've got on the wrong glasses. This button to release your beaters, whichever ones you're choosing to use. And this right now is 30% off. I mean, that to me is a good deal. And it is powerful. I have used a lot of name brand mixers in my day. It doesn't mean I cook any better. The name on the mixer does not help me cook any better, but this is just as powerful as any of them. So my preference comes from the fact it has a turbo, and I don't lose my beaters due to it all being right there all together in one little thing. The only thing I will say, now I'm going to say this, and I hope the company doesn't get mad. I do wish they made a specialty cover for it. You know, one for your big mixers and different things. I would like a fabric or some type of cover to put over it, rather than just throwing a dish towel over it. But other than that, this is my favorite mixer, and maybe one day I will be like Betty Crocker and Martha Stewart. I keep trying, but I'm losing hope fast for my ability to ever be a cook. I guess there'd be no need for fast food restaurants and other restaurants if we were all good cooks. If you hear barking, that's my dogs out there. And I've got the windows open. Evan says, me too. Are you saying that you're not a good cook, or that you are? Or losing hope? I'm just glad that I don't have to cook. I can get by on a lot of things. I'm very good at salad. I can cook salad. Mainly because you don't have to cook anything. So I can chop lettuce and chop veggies all day. And Evan says, I'm not a Betty Crocker. Join the club. We should all be proud of ourselves that we can admit the fact that we are not Betty Crocker. Oh, Evans loves cooking salad too, see? I went to a chili cook-off. The car guys all had a chili cook-off for a Christmas party. Everybody was, making all these specialty chilies and all this. I'm like, give me a bag of chili cheese Fritos. I'll dump them out in a crock pot, and I'll just pretend. Because if I was to cook chili, there would be nobody there that would ever eat it. So, yeah. Didn't do it. I just have to have chili cheese Fritos, and yeah, that's about my chili cooking abilities. I even asked some of the lowrider ladies, do you have a good recipe? Their recipes are basically, they just put their stuff in like their grandmas and their moms and their aunties, and they don't have a recipe written down. And they're like, we'll just keep tasting it. And I'm like, oh, that is not going to go over well. So, chili cheese fries. I might have been able to pull that one off if, maybe. I'm not even going to bet on that. So, Evan says, I make it so hot, no one can eat it without crying. Oh, see, and I'm the opposite. My chili has zero flavor because I can't do very spicy food, so I make everything very bland. Just like me, just calm and, yeah, no excitement, nothing. I make all my food bland. I need salt. That's it. Salt and pineapple and ginger makes everything good. All right. My guys at that party would have loved your chili, Evans. They were, the hotter, the better. I could, walking in that kitchen when they opened up them crocks, I was like, my eyes were watering just smelling it. Next up, maybe somebody can, some company can send me the master chili maker. I don't know. I can cook rice with a rice cooker, so maybe I can cook chili with a chili cooker. I make a mean quesadilla in my quesadilla maker. Yes, you would have fit right in. They love the spicy. Next up, I've got another deal for you, 27% off. This is by LifeWit. They sent me a few different things. This is a cooler bag to hold 24 cans. Now, you don't have to put 24 cans in it. You can put your lunch meat, your bread, all that. It's got a big side pocket here, another one over here. It also has the front pocket. Let me see if I can get it open. This is where I like to keep my napkins and things like that so they don't get damp inside. Yes, this is a really nice fabric too. It looks good, and I love these bags. I've got two of these. One is a 24 and one is a 30 can. Now, if you look in there, I know it's going to be hard for you to see, but this is a one continuous piece. There's no seams on the bottom. So if something leaks or condensation, it's not going to leak through and get your bag all icky in your car seat or anything else. It's going to keep everything right in there. So you don't have to worry about leakage. I know some lunch bags, they have seams, and if the seam gets a little pulled or isn't just perfect, then what's going to happen is it's going to soak through, and your bag's going to not look so good. Yeah, it'll look a little ick. So there you go. Again, with all my LifeWit things, they have very nice stitching. The handle is stitched on really well. I know that black on black is hard to see, but trust me, it is. So you can carry it by that handle or your shoulder strap, which is adjustable and has a pad. I tell ya, I love this. I like my LifeWit stuff. They actually sent me a few things. It's been a year or two ago, and I still love every piece they sent me. I was like, these are amazing. So when I'm going to a car show, went to Death Valley on Tuesday, always need cooler bags, especially out here in the desert, because everywhere I go, I take water that is cold, and I take one of those refreezable ice packs. I get those in there so that I can keep something cold, usually water, a lot of water, maybe some lunch meat, things like that. And I do not want it to spoil, because I had food poisoning once in my life, and I never want to do that again. That is not an enjoyable experience. So therefore, I don't want my food spoiling. I want to keep it nice and cool. I'm going to a car show this weekend. Actually, I go to Welder Up tomorrow for a Rat Rod open house. Saturday, I'm going to Rat City Ruckus down at the Strat. And yes, I'm taking Snicky snacks for me. I'm taking bottles of cold water. I may even take a couple of pops, and I will be loading it up. Can't be out in this heat. We're getting close to 90s. You can't be out in the heat without cold water. At least water, and you sure don't want it hot. So that bag is on special right now for 27% off. Now, like I said, they have the 24, and then they've got bigger ones too. They might also be on special. I don't have those in front of me, but you can check. So if you're looking for a bigger lunch cooler bag, go check them out. See if they've got the bigger ones on special too. Now, next up, the item is not on special, but I wanted to bring this out because it's pretty new to me. I was sent this, and because it's that time of year where you've got your windows open, you've got your doors open. Here we've got the two dogs, so I've got my back door open all the time, and I don't want to have to worry about, for one, we have a ton of dust, but we also got pollen. And pollen is something that will send me into a rage. Yeah, the sneezing, the snot in the eyes, the whole bit. So, the dogs bring in enough dust. The window's open. If there's a breeze, there's tons of dust. And then I'm adding pollen on it. Now, this is the Tuber air purifier. And it is, I believe it's 9¼ inches tall. And then it's approximately a 7x7. This has 3 fan speeds that are your high, medium, and low. Then it also has an auto, so it will decide by how much it's pulling in whether it needs to boost up the fan or not. It also has a night mode that is so quiet you can hardly hear it. And it has a app that you can hook to your phone and Wi-Fi and run it via your phone. We also have a timer, 2, 4, and 8 hour timer. Down here, we have a lock. That is a child lock. That means once you set it and push your buttons, you hold it for 3 seconds, and it's going to lock it. So if your littles come up and they're hitting buttons because they see lights, they're not going to change it around. Now, it comes with the cord, and I'm not sure how long the cord is. I don't remember, but it's a USB cord. And then I'm going to show you this. Now, granted, I've only used it a little bit because I didn't want to show it to you and it be gross, because my other air purifier is gross. This covers a 500 square foot area, so approximately 20 by 25 foot room is what it would handle. Small enough to sit in the bedroom for sure. Now, you can take this out, and I want to show you the filter. This is why I didn't want to get it all yucky before I showed it to you, because I'm like, oh my gosh, once I run it for very long, this will just be covered in dust. But it's got this fine mesh fabric, and then it has the hepatite folded filter in there, and then in here it's got, it looks kind of like a foam, but it's firm, so I don't quite know what it is, but it's one more thing to help filter the junk. So now that I've shown this all to you, I will be cranking this up and getting all of this out of the air, especially at night when I sleep. I don't like to sleep where I have all that dust and stuff that I'm just going to breathe in all night. I would rather this take it out. Good for pollen, smoke, pet dander, dust, any of those things like that, it'll help with. Evan says, get Cooler Shock ice packs. That's what I have. I have some of the Cooler Shock ice packs. I believe that's the same ones I have. And they're a hard blue. And I've got, my big one is about this big, and it's about this thick and about this tall. It stays cold for a long time, I know that. I've never timed it. Maybe I should have, but I didn't. My bad. But yeah, I've got to have something. In fact, I've got my ice thingies in the freezer right now, getting cold. So in the morning when I leave here, they will be ready to go. And there have been times where I even go ahead and put them in the night before and have everything already packed if it's going to get cooler at night and not be. We haven't hit the hundreds yet, but we're working on it. 2 years ago, by now, we were hitting 100, 101. So we are liking this cool weather. And so that air filter, no, it's not on special, but I wanted to include it so I could show it to you before it gets yucky. This next item is a big one, but it is 11% off. And why I wanted to get it out here, I usually keep it in a box out in the shop because I don't use it all the time. But I wanted to bring it out because it's going to be that season before long. Trees are blooming, your apple trees, your lemon trees, at least out here, they're all starting to bloom. You're going to be planting your gardens, you're going to be doing all that. So whether you can your food or dehydrate it, I love dehydrated apples, apricot, you name it, dehydrate it. I'm gonna eat it. I could go buy some in the store, but they have a lot of preservatives and all of that. So if you just get your fruit and make your own, you know that they don't have a bunch of added sugar, they don't have a bunch of preservatives and all that. So they are healthier for you, for the kids, for everybody. Now I'm gonna grab this, but I'm only gonna hold it for a couple minutes because it's big and very inconvenient. But let me get this. It's a bit heavy too. Now, this is an 8-layer food dehydrator by Nesco. And right there you can see it has your temperatures and it's got the top on. Let me set this down a little bit. Here's your top. And then inside, I don't have these separated. We've got the drip pan right in here. So I can make all of my fruit, get it ready. And it takes, if you haven't ever done dehydrating, it depends on what you're dehydrating, how long it takes. So say you're doing apples and bananas. We'll go with something very easy that most people like to do. I just want to show you how big this is. It's not going to sit on your counter every day. That's for sure. I'm going to set it back down. I don't want to drop it because that would be terrible. But for a lot of your things, yes, it is big, Evans, let me tell you. And that's why I was like, do I want to get it out? And I'm like, oh, but people need dehydrators. I'm sure you can find them all different sizes, but it's a good sized one, especially if you want to make enough dehydrated, whatever you're making, to last a while. But as far as like apples and bananas, it can take, depending on how thick you slice them, what type of apples makes a little difference too. But anywhere from 2 to 5 days is how long you're going to need this running. So, and that all comes down to, like I said, how thick it's sliced, what kind of fruit. Certain fruits have a lot more liquid and take longer. If you cut things thicker, it's going to take longer. If you want them crunchy, I know some people like the dried fruit that's crunchy. You've got to dehydrate it longer. I like them a little bit soft, and so 2 to 5 days. 2-3 days is usually what I would go. But if you want it crunchy or you want it thicker, you're going to end up going possibly up to 7. But I don't think I've never over 5 for me. So there you go, 11% off, so you can save yourself a little bit of money there, and then save yourself from all the added sugars and preservatives and all that by making your own. Now what I want to try this year with my apples, I will probably do a video on it. I want to do my apples, but I want to sprinkle them with cinnamon. I almost said sugar. Cinnamon when I dehydrate them to see if how that works with it staying on. I haven't done it while they dehydrate before, so I may even roll them in a little bit of cinnamon and then dehydrate them. I love cinnamon on my apples. I should have brought out my apple peeler. Maybe I'll do that next week. Because to do a whole bunch of apples and peel them and core them is a pain, but I got a way to do that really easy. Banana chips. Yes, I like banana chips. They're kind of just... I could put cinnamon on my banana chips too. I could put cinnamon on anything. It's kind of like ginger. Ginger and cinnamon are two of my things I really like. I don't know where I got that from either, but peanut butter. Put peanut butter on my apples. Oh, I could make apple chips and banana chips and then layer an apple, some peanut butter, a banana, some peanut butter and apple, and make them sandwiches. Okay, Evans, now you're going to get me off track. I see how you are now. So, next up, we have, okay, next week I will put in the apple peeler because it is crazy. I love it. My dogs love apples too. So at night when I want a snack, I can go in there, peel and core and slice my apple all at once. It just done. It is so freaking handy. And my dogs are excited because then I can make an extra apple just for them. Because if I have to sit and peel it and slice it and core it and all that, it takes so long. Then I'm like, forget it, too much work. But with my apple peeler, slicer, core all in one, we can eat apples until we are sick. All right, the next item I have up is the Harriet steak knives. These were sent to me, a good while back. That I wanted to show you the box, and so I put everything in. I'm like, you got to see this because it is a nice, hard box. So if you're looking to get somebody a gift, they're getting married, they're getting their first house, their first apartment, and you want to find something nice for them, I wanted to show you that you can have this shipped to them. This box is nice enough that they'll think you've specially wrapped it. You know, it's not wrapped, but it's still, you know what I mean. All right, now, here is how they come. And this is a hard, firm, I guess it's firm foam that holds your knives right there, so you don't have to worry about them accidentally getting cut while they open the box. And I'm going to pull one out. These knives are so nice. Now, they also come with the little tips on them. Let me just tell you, these tips will get lost so easily. I try to keep them in here so I can put them back exactly like they came. But here are the knives. Now, these are stainless steel, one piece. This goes all the way through. So you're not going to have to worry. I've had less than stellar knives before where this all breaks off and then it's useless, and you don't want to be cutting something and have to worry about that. But these not only look expensive, they feel expensive. They feel nice. So I absolutely love these, and they are 21% off while we're live. Hope it's still going. Sometimes they'll change it, and I won't know, but they say Harriet right there. And you could send these as a gift, and the person would think they were fancy. At least I would. I was surprised when I opened them up. I was like, oh, those are nicer than I expected. I like those. And now I try to keep them nice so that, and I keep the box nice so that I can show you. But that means they're not just getting thrown in my drawer where one will get taken somewhere and lost. I don't let these leave the house. These don't go anywhere. They are to stay right here. So there you go. Love, love, love these. And they were on special. I haven't shown them for a while and thought tonight would be a good night. So if you're just tuning in and you've not been in one of my shows before, my name is Cheryl, known as Off the Jacks, because I do car show videos for car shows in the Las Vegas Valley. I go over to Arizona a lot. I do SEMA Media and things like that. So that's where the name Off the Jacks comes from. It's for my car show and all my car show events. But Thursday evenings at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Usually I have a partner in crime here named Gina. She had to be off tonight to take care of some other things, but we hope to see her back next week. And I will tell her that Evan said she missed her. It'll hurt to do so, but I will tell her. And we will be back next week. And I'm going to bring an apple peeler for y'all that you just won't believe this apple peeler. I am in my 50s, closer to 60 than 50. I've never had one of these. And when I got it, I was like, oh, why did nobody show me this before? That's crazy. Somebody should have said, Cheryl, you gotta try this. But no, that's why I'm here. And so I can show you some of this stuff in case you didn't know about it. All right. Next up we have, Evans knows this. I am a coffeeaholic. I drink a lot of coffee. And they have these. I was sent these, a good long time ago. These are so nice, these glass coffee mugs. I like them because if you go to make specialty coffee, or even if you're going to make a hot chocolate and you want to put your whipped cream on top, or you're going to put froth on top, what have you, it just looks nicer in this. I mean, for years now, if you've watched me on lives, you've seen this same Three Bears cup, because that's what I use most of the time. But have company and want to make that coffee look like you're a little more special, put it in one of these, because especially if you're one of those that likes the dark coffee, oh, it looks really good in here. Then your froth, you can see it right there. You know what I'm talking about. These are 32% off right now. And I think they come in I'm going to say 6. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, let me see here. 6-pack. I was going to say, I think I have 6. The next item, I believe, is 12. This one is 6. But they do look really nice. Like I said, I don't use them all the time because, well, they are smaller than my other cup, for one. And I don't want to break them. I don't need to look fancy when I have my coffee. Only when someone comes over and I want to look like I'm a little bougie. I don't even know if that's the word I should be using, but I want to look fancier than what I really am. And Evans, me too. You love your coffee. We know you, girl. Don't tell Christina about me and coffee, though, because she says I drink mud coffee. And I do. My coffee is not fancy. I just drink a lot of it. Next up, I have another glass item. I make my own juice. I have a lot of juicers. We were talking about ginger juice earlier. This is full of ginger juice. Yes, I could have brought one out that was not being used, but what's the point in that? That's no fun. This is what I keep my juices in when I make them, because with plastic, the juices can seep into the little crevices of the plastic, and then germs can build up, or you can't get it scrubbed good, or it stains. I I don't want that. So I use these. They are glass, and as you can see, I don't have to worry. But this is, you could put anything in them. I have a friend, she takes her water in glass bottles like this when she goes somewhere. She uses a lot of these. I just put mostly juice in them. And this ginger juice, I wish y'all could taste it. It is one I make, I just juice ginger root. And you have to, don't try it with just any juicer because it's a really hard root and you can tear up a regular juicer. I use my Breville and it does it. This is, holy smokes, it will burn all the way down. I use it for a lot of cooking, stir fries, chickens, things like that. I drink a shot of it when I don't feel that great. I'll take shots of it. Before I had brain surgery, I was taking a shot or two a day to get my immune system up. So, because somebody said it might work and I was willing to try anything. So, these are on special, 17% off while I'm live. I see it. How long that special will last, I don't know. So, if you're watching the replay there again, hopefully you'll be able to get it. And Evan says, I drink mud coffee, just strong black. Yeah. Yeah, my coffee is not fancy. It's just black. I don't use creamers. I don't use sugar. Once in a while, I will put a little bit of chocolate in it just because I'm craving something sweet and I want something different. So once in a while, I do that. Not too often. I couldn't do it too often. Wouldn't be good for me. All right, now if you're wondering, Cheryl, why do you have a hanger? Well, this is why I have a hanger, is because they're 40% off right now. 40% off. That's right. These are the velvet hangers by Zober. I have some, even this shirt is kind of a nylon, and you put it on a regular plastic hanger and it just falls off. So anytime you move anything in the closet, boom, 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 they're falling off. And then before you know it, I have more clothes on the closet floor than on the hangers. Whereas these felt ones, the clothes stick to them. It helps grip them. I don't know how else to say it. But that's what it does. These have the dips in them so that you can, if you've got the little straps inside, you can hang those. Now, here's one of my things. I want all my shirts facing the same way. I don't like when the front of the shirt is facing this way on one and facing that way on the other. That's not okay in my closet. So with old hangers, you have to pull them out and take the shirt off, turn it around to hang them back in if you want them all going the same way. Not with this. I just pick them up and hang them up because I can turn it. And I know some of y'all are thinking, Cheryl, that is not a huge issue. Why would you look for hangers that can do that? It's because it makes my life much more pleasant when I can get all my things hanging the same direction. It's just me. It's okay. But 40% off on a pack of 50, like all the specials we have tonight. How long they're going to last, I don't know. But get them while they are hot. That reminds me, just in case you are just tuning in, Evan says, I love those hangers. I tossed out all the see, I'm telling you, these are awesome. I got tired of my clothes being on the floor because then a dog wants to lay on them, or I can't find I'll be looking for a shirt. I'm going through, knowing it's in here, and then it's down on the bottom. Something this simple makes my life so much better. And I'm going to jump back to one of the first items I showed because it's down to 1 hour and 4 minutes left. So I'm going to click this for you just in case you're just now tuning in and missed it. This is on a lightning deal. So 70% of them have been claimed. It ends in 1 hour, 4 minutes. This is a meat thermometer for all you that are going to start grilling out, doing those kind of things. It is a digital meat thermometer. Let's see, it's telling me it's 91.2 degrees. That's in my house right now with all my lights on. That's why my fan, I didn't show it. It's blowing. So, yeah, it's a little warm in here. We're going to be in AC weather soon. Even has the little thingy here to tell you what temperature meat should be at. That's up to you. You decide. I like everything well done because I have to have it well done. But wanted to get this in before the special is over. There again, if you're watching live, you've got 1 hour and 3 minutes to grab this at 23% off. After that, I don't know what the price is going to be. I don't know when or if it will be on sale again. They don't tell me that. Evan says, I hang all my shirts the same way too. See, maybe it's not just me. There's something about it that they have to just go the same way. Might be OCD, I don't know. Can't help it. Everybody has some weird quirks. That's for sure. I don't want y'all to judge me because this looks a little beat up. I'm going to show it to you anyway, and it's beat up because it's comfy. If you're going to be standing on your feet, doing anything. I used to, when I was in high school, I worked at a grocery store and stood there doing a cashier. Let me tell you, my legs, even when I was in high school, they'd start hurting from standing on that concrete floor and not moving around. I have friends that will spend hours canning when fruits and vegetables are ready. They spend hours standing there canning. This is a what they call it, an anti-fatigue mat, and I get that. I call it a little cushion mat, kind of like standing on some marshmallows or a cloud. It is a comfy, and here's the back. It's a foam, I don't know what kind of foam it is, but it is comfortable and will take a lot of that pressure off your feet and your knees. It just makes your feet happier, and my knees. Not medical advice. This is not medical advice. I don't know about your feet nor your knees, but I know for me, it makes my feet and my knees feel better. And the top here is a more like a plastic covering, so I can take it and just mop it or wipe it off with a wet washcloth if something gets dropped on it. Whereas the back is this more foam, so it doesn't slide on your linoleum, your tile, your hardwoods. It will stay in place. And then this side is just easily washable. And like I said, do not judge me how it looks. It is what it is. Yours won't look like this. Yours will look brand new, and you can bang yours up all on your own. Now I'm dropping stuff. But those mats are on special by 20% off right now while we are live here on Amazon. So glad y'all tuned in. Hope you have found some deals. I tried to pick a variety of items because Gina we changed our plans just a few hours ago. So I'm like, I'm going to add some more stuff. What do I have that's on deal? I wanted to get y'all as many deals as I could. Look at this. I'm running an hour without Gina. Holy smokes, and I'm not even done yet. I'm almost there. It's not always Gina that makes me past an hour, I guess. But I got more products this time. Now, what I've got highlighted in the carousel right now is a shower curtain. And here it is. Like I said, my name Off the Jacks comes because I do a lot of car show videos, pictures, and promotions. So I am dealing with a lot of classic cars, old cars, rat rods, lowriders. I do all of those. And of course, when that is what you do all the time, you cannot pass this up. This shower curtain, I fell in love with it because it just looks like you're out in the desert in Arizona or somewhere. The old wood building, the old truck sitting out there. I love it. So I decided if I was going to show it, I run a different curtain. I've got a curtain rod back here, and a lot of times you'll see this sunflowers. And so I've got different curtains I can bring out. And this is one of them I've used for a lot of things, for pictures and stuff, is my old truck next to the old building. It is on special, 24% off. How long that's going to last, don't know. But grab it while it's hot. I just love my old truck. I haven't pulled this one out for a while. So I'm kind of glad when I saw it on special. I was like, oh, I get to show my old truck. There it is. And it goes all the way down. You can, if I could lower the camera, you're going to see the grass and the dirt. And like I said, it's kind of like being out in the middle of nowhere in maybe a ghost town. I think somewhere it says something about Route 66, but it doesn't say it on the actual curtain. Why, I don't know. I would think it would, but it doesn't. Psh, how dare them. But we have one more item. I think this is my last item. Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be that long over. I got one more item for you because it is coming up summer. Living in the Las Vegas Valley, like I said, we get over 100 degrees many, many, many days. And the sun, we don't have a lot of clouds. We don't have a lot of overcast. We have sun, like bright sun shining in. So, a few years ago, I had someone I knew online. They lived in California, and they had an extreme summer that summer, and she had some plastic blinds in her one room, and they melted. They got all icky because of the sun coming in, and she had kept them closed and then closed curtains over them to try to keep the heat out. Well, it still got to as far as the blinds and the curtains, so it melted her blinds. This is double bubble reflector. If you've had an RV, a camper, some things like that, you may have used some of this or seen other people with it. It is literally a reflector type foil. It's reflector on both sides, and then in the middle it's like bubble wrap. I have this on a bunch of windows because when that sun comes in, it's going to heat my house up. Makes my air conditioner run a lot harder. You can't hardly keep some rooms cool because of the sun coming in those windows. So I have windows where I use this, and a lot of times year round. Like in the bedroom, because I don't want any light coming in, I can put this in the windows. Now, there is tape you can get to tape it on your windowsill. What I do, if your window is indented, where it's going to sit back a little ways from your wall, take this, cut it a little bit bigger than the window, and then just tuck it in so that it will stay. It doesn't have to be totally airproof, to keep that heat out or keep that cold out. Maybe you have some older windows that still let the air in. Use some of this. If they're not windows you don't have to see out of all the time, and there again, go a little bit big so you can just fold it and tuck it in. And if you want to pull it out, you don't have to worry about pulling the tape, pulling the paint off or anything. But this is all I have left of a huge roll, and it lasts for years, literally years. If the window, now like some windows that have a lot of direct sun, and with our heat and our dry air, I've had a few times where it's kind of started peeling here, but only after years and only on those windows that are just like baked all summer. So this is why I wanted to get that out, is because I know your electric bill with your AC can be crazy in the summer, and it's a huge cost where you can get some of this and maybe cut down on that cost, especially on those rooms where that sun is just pounding in certain windows. This is what I suggest. So I know people have always said, why do you have foil on your window? Well, because I don't like paying huge electric bills. And in the wintertime, I can keep it on there, and it keeps the cold out too. I don't have to worry about it. And like I said, some windows, if you've got older windows that are not the insulated windows, this will help too. I've had those houses with the non-insulated windows, and you can feel, be back a good little ways and feel that cold air or that heat coming through. There you go. So, I hope you all have enjoyed your time here. Hope you will hit that follow button. I will be back, hopefully with Gina, next Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. We will have more deals. No idea what Gina's going to be bringing. I haven't even figured out exactly what I'm bringing other than an apple peeler for Evans. We will have an apple peeler. I had planned on doing some reselling items, and I might still, but I'm going to get that apple peeler in there no matter what, because it is way too special to miss. So thank you all for being here. Hope you found some good deals, and hope you come back next week.